So, once again very good morning to all of you. So, today from the previous class what I that explained in the previous class. So, we discussed the computer basic fundamentals like what is the computing system, what is its use, how the computer looks like, what are the input devices, output devices, what is the central processing unit, what are the internal bosses, what is the basic architecture of the computing system. So, today we are going to discuss the major part, that is the computer memory. So, as concern that means memory. Okay. So, that memory what is associated to the computing system. Okay. So, again question is coming, why we are associating that memory to the computer. So, when we are defining the definition of the computing system, so what is that? So, computer, it is nothing but it is an electronics device that accepts the data as input, stores the data and processes those data as per the user instruction, then we are giving the result as output. So, from that definition, so when we are starting, so we are giving the data as input. So, all of the input devices are responsible for giving the data as input, and in the last definition we are getting the result as output, means we are using all certain output devices for getting the result as output. So, in between that we are having two more action, that means the input data is being stored in the memory or the in a storage buffer, and whatever the result is going to be output, that is also stored in the storage section. Yes or no? So, it is also important because computer, like let take the example of the human being. So, when we are instructed to do a specific assignment, if somebody is asking, or let one student is asking to the student, the teacher is asking one to the student for an assignment. So, what exactly it depends. Suppose I will tell, just go and bring the book, okay, simply. So, just listen. So, when I am telling just go and bring that book, okay, or simply we are telling just bring that book. So, when I am giving the instruction, so we know that in our brain, so we can store, that means it is not, that means we are not automatically it is stored in our human brain, yes or no. And what you are doing, instantly you are going and you know what, where is that book is, yes or no, how that book looks like, and you know how to bring that book, and finally what, you are completing that instruction, yes or no. So, when I am telling just bring that book, means for that to bring that book means, that means who is doing that or who is executing that instruction, that means he is running, that means multiple instruction set, multiple actions, because when I am telling he is receiving, yes I have to bring the book, then he is deciding where the book is, how the book like, which book I want to pick, and how I will move from this location to that location, yes or no, then how to move from that destination to source. So, everything to complete that action or the instruction to just bring the book, that means who is executing, what he is doing, he is executing number of instruction. We are saying these are the set of instructions. Okay. So, thing is that just think, when somebody is or doing that set of or executing those set of instructions, definitely he is keeping. So, when, so I am giving one instruction, that means bring the book, and who is executing or who is processing, he is executing a number of set of instruction. That means, some user defined instruction is there, because and some system defined instructions are there. Simultaneously, user defined instruction and system defined instructions are executing parallelly. Then after that single instruction or the input instruction is going to be executed. So, my point is that when who is executing or who is processing, it is not like that he is the processing unit. Let it be, suppose x is giving the instruction and y is receiving the instruction, and y has to do the action. Okay. X is waiting only the result. So, when x is giving the result to the y, so that means definitely x will wait till the completion of the y, yes or no. So, x is only giving just bring the book, but y has to do all the task. That means, he is receiving the instruction, yes I have to bring the book, but to bring the book, that means, he is executing number of set of instructions, yes or no, I am just what I am giving. So, exactly to execute or to process that set of instruction, what it needs some user defined instruction and it needs some system defined instruction, then both are parallelly executed to complete that task. Again question is that you know that when x is giving and y is executing or y is doing. So, for setup let it be, it is 5 number of instruction to be executed, yes or no. So, then y is capable to do that. Suppose when somebody is telling yes you are going somewhere to the market, yes I am going. So, what will do when you will coming back, so just give you have to bring one medicine from the medicine store. So, what is happening, you are keeping in mind, yes you have to what you are telling, yes when you will come back. So, just you have to bring one that means cold medicine, you have to bring one cold medicine from the medicine store. So, normally what is happening when we are going to the market and somebody is telling to bring the medicine. So, that means, your brain is sufficient to store or remember yes when I will back, that means, I have to bring that medicine, yes or no. Which medicine? Cold medicine, you know. So, what you are doing, that means, your brain is sufficient to store that amount of the instruction, yes or no. But when I will tell, suppose I will tell achha, what you will do when you will go to the market, that means, some list of groceries, yes or no, what you will instruct achha, when you will come back. So, you have to bring some, let it be number of medicines, 10 number of medicine you have to bring. So, definitely it is problem to you. Suppose when if I will tell, yes you have to bring what, first is Coldact, second is that means quinine, third is let it be citizen, fourth is one antacid, fifth one is let it be one what is that Monte-Calci, fifth one, like this 10 number of medicines. See some is telling when you will come back you have to bring the 10 number of medicine. Then what will do, again question is coming immediately, what we are doing, just wait, what I have to, immediately you are bringing one paper and you are writing, yes or no. So, what immediately your instruction is, your brain is telling no, my brain is not sufficient to store those 10 number of medicines to keep in mind, because you know that I will forget that, yes or no, definitely I will forget that. So, simply what you are doing. So, again what immediately your brain is instructing, no, just wait, you are telling just wait, I have to note it down, yes or no. So, immediately you are bringing one paper and you are writing, yes first is this, second is this, third is this, fourth is this, like this you are sequentially storing all 10 number of medicines. Or what we are doing, if this is the similar type of instruction, similar type of job, so you are sequentially storing or it randomly you can store. But if it is different type of action, so what, that means, as per your what you are doing, yes I have to first do this, I will second do this, third to do this, fourth, you are what keeping a track. So, what to do? So, that means, now you got how many number of set of instruction, that means, then what you immediately you are what you are writing in a paper, yes or no, because your brain is not sufficient, your brain is not sufficient to store. When instruction sets are increasing or when number of action is increasing, So, definitely what is happening, you are thinking for another small storage, depending on that you are immediately you are thinking, yes, my brain is not sufficient. When I am instructing to bring one medicine, immediately your brain is sufficient to store that, and when I am telling you just bring 10 number of medicines, your brain is not sufficient. What you are doing? You are taking the help of another storage. That means, storage means that small piece of paper is known as the storage. It is the storage, limited storage area. Then if I will tell, yes, you have to bring lots of, like you have to bring the medicine, you have to bring some grocery, you have to bring some this, that means these are different nature actions, different nature. That means nature is different, nature of job is different. So again what you are doing, you are using different mode of storage mode, yes or no. So my question is that, as the computer we are telling it is an electronics device, so it has not its brain, yes or no. So you have to think, that means when we are defining the computer, so definitely inside the definition we have added what? That means we have added that, yes, it is an electronics device, it accepts the data as input, and whatever the data you are giving, so those instructions are storage, that means it stores. So stores means definitely you have to add what? One memory concept, storage concept inside the computer. Getting my point? Because whatever the instruction you are feeding, it may be user defined instruction or it may have some system defined instruction. So that means both are executed parallel. That means you can tell, by giving only user defined instruction you can execute a job, you can process a job. Definitely it needs some user system defined instruction. Like when we are giving you one action, what is happening? That means I am only giving to bring the book, but when you are doing, you are automatically using your hand, you are moving. That means you are when you are walking, when you are that means moving your hand to bring. So these are all the system defined, because your brain know how to do that. So these are running back end. So definitely to process a particular job, what is happening? It needs the user defined instruction and it needs the system defined instruction. When both are combining, that is that job is completed. So whatever the execution, whatever the process, it is like that. But thing is that the computer should have the memory system, because to keep the input data, input instruction, and when it is executed the output data or output instruction, everything is stored temporarily inside the main memory, yes or no. Then when the instruction data is more, so definitely we go for another memory, we are choosing some secondary memory. So that is different, we will discuss later. So thing is that why memory is that means needed for the computing system, I have already given you one simple example for the execution of the action. So that is why it is mandatory that memory concept or memory device must be implemented inside the computing system. Okay. So next, if we are placing, if we are that means placing the memory, so definitely the definition says what? So it before processing or before execution or during process or after process. So definitely memory takes the vital role for this, because it takes the help during the data fetching or instruction fetching from one location to another location. Yes or again I will give one example. Suppose I will instruct you, just simply calculate one multiplication, just what is 5 into 8. So I am giving the instruction what is 5 into 8, yes or no. So what you are telling? So it is very easy, because from the childhood we are having the practice. So when I am telling you just okay multiply what is 7 into 5, so immediately you are telling yes 7 into 5 is 35, yes or no. Immediately you are telling without waiting anybody, simply you are telling yes 7 into 5 is what? It is the 35. But when I will change, what is 15 into 20 or 15 into 10? So 15 into 10 means yes, this is some easy method we are on practice. So immediately we can say yes 15 into 10 means it is 150. So it is within your limit, you can tell. So, your only brain is using for what? So, brain is using for your for what? Do the execution, yes or no. So, thing is that when I will increase the value, say let it be, it is 2 character to multiply. So, it is up to you. So, you can calculate, but when I will do what, that means I will increase the what, let it be 3 digit multiplication. Suppose I will tell you what is the result, just calculate, that is 125 into 335, immediately you will be silent. After that means you will be silent. Okay, tell me what? Achha, you just calculate what is that is 125 into 325. Again you can't remember, you can, yes, you are listening, yes, what is, yes, I have to calculate 125 and into 335. So, immediately you are using the pen and paper and doing, you are using pen and paper means what, you are using one small memory. So, that means that is the small amount of memory you are using for your temporary calculation, yes or no. You are using for temporary calculation, that means when we are calculating, yes, 2 into 3 6, then 2 into 5 10, then 0, then carry 1. So, like this. So, what, that means you are not thinking, but whatever the space you are using, so that is known as what, that is the memory. What is the paper you are using, that is for temporary memory. Like that in computing system, when system is computing something, so that means it also needs some memory for the temporary, that means during its execution. Again I will increase, suppose I will tell, yes, we are giving the data as input, why the computer needs the memory for storing? Again think, suppose when I am giving multiply 2 into 3, that means there is no need of memory. So, immediately you are calculating, yes, 2 into 3 6. Suppose I will tell 10 into 5, yes, 50. Suppose I will tell 10 into 15, yes, 150. Suppose I will tell calculate 620 and 335. What is happening? When I am telling, again you are asking, wait, what you tell? So, computer is not asking that, just tell me what. So, that is why that concept is developed, yes or no. That means whatever the data you are giving as input, so that means it will first it will be stored in a memory, yes or no. That means why it is stored in the memory, that means the computer, that means the processing unit, the control unit know that, yes, this amount of data has come and with some instruction has come, and accordingly ALU is deciding what type of instruction to be executed and what are the data to be executed and what is the operation to take place. So, accordingly it is being processed. So, that is why the memory is very vital for the computing system. So, now you clear what is the use of memory inside the computing system. Okay. Next, so all of you clear? Yes, this is the use of memory. Okay. So, today we will discuss if. Okay. Next come to if memory is there. So, I have already given the introduction. So, everything I have explained, that means what is the main memory. So, accordingly during the execution the system uses the main memory, and when to store permanently, because main memory is the temporary memory. Suppose I have given a record, yes or no. So, what you are doing, you are just taking a piece of paper and you are writing, yes or no, again you are throwing when that uses, that means you have finished your job. But if you think, yes, I have to keep it permanently. So, what you are that means writing in a diary or in a secured place, that means in future you can access it. So, that diary is what, that is the permanent storage, yes. So, like that secondary storage is what, like that. So, in the computing system what we have, so that means during the processing we are using the main memory, and the secondary storage means if we want to store the data permanently for the future access, so we are using the secondary storage. So, it is also very important, because every time we can, suppose I will give you one page of write, yes or no. Suppose what we will do, if a single time if you are writing and if you want to need in future. So, definitely you have to store it permanently, then you can access in other that may be in future. Okay. Next, then if you are using the memory, definitely it has unit, because when we are thinking for the measurement, yes or no. So, for each we are calculating, yes, because he is doing this much. So, or how much it can store, how much it can store. So, definitely these are calculated or these are measured with its unit, because when we that means bringing something, yes or no. So, we are telling yes, this quantity of medicine you have to bring, 1 strip or 10 medicine, 5 medicine, and if you are when you are bringing some grocery. So, that means this 1 kilo 2 liter like this you are bringing, like that in memory. As the computing system uses the that means exactly we can tell yes, in the inside the CPU how much memory is used, in the outside memory main memory how much we are using. So, that is why as different memory systems are used. So, we can say these are we can measure the memories, yes or no. So, yes, this main memory it has this much capacity. So, this amount of data can be stored. Okay, then this is secondary storage or hard disk or pen drive, it has 16 GB, 8 GB like this. So, what is GB, these are the memory units. So, memory means, so it has units. Okay. Okay. Take a stop. So, just what exactly? So, we will discuss that means how we will measure the memory. That means we will measure the memory means your computer memory. Okay. So, that means we know that it may be internal memory, it may be external memory, it may be main memory, whatever it may be. That means exactly in which area we will use how much of memory. Okay. So, we are that means what is the memory units, yes or no, memory unit. So, from the earlier I have already explained that the computer is what, it is an electronics device and it is that means it is what, it is the digital system, yes or no. So, digital system means whatever the signal that is used in the computing system, that means it is the binary signal, it is the binary signal, yes or no. That means binary digits, okay, yes or no. So, binary digits means as per the number system we are having different number systems. Okay. So, binary number system is one, that has only 2 digit, that is 1 0 and 1, getting my point. So, as the computing system, the computer only understands the what, the binary signal. So, binary signal means what, only binary digits, that means binary number system, that means binary number system means only 2 digit, that means 0 and 1. So, exactly what, so how we are getting this memory unit. So, as the computer it is the binary digits. So, that means what, from this binary we are taking the B and from digits we are taking the bits, yes or no. So, that is why the bit is the smallest unit of the computing or memory system, that bit binary digits, from the binary digits. So, bit is the smallest unit of the computer or memory, yes or no. Then after bit, so that means we are telling this is 1 bit, 2 bit, yes or no. Then we are coming that means that is bit, then after that is KB, kilobyte, then after kilobyte that means that is MB, megabyte, then after MB this is GB, then TB, that after that PB. So, what are this? This is kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, yes or no. So, these are what? These are the higher order of the memory unit, that means bit is the smallest unit of the memory, that means yes we can say yes this is the bit, then how the KB is calculated? So, definitely it is 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1 KB. So, exactly what is that? 1024 bits, 1 KB is equal to 1024 bits. Like that we are measuring the megabyte, we are measuring the gigabyte, we are measuring the terabyte, we are using the petabyte, yes or no. So, these are the higher order of the memory units. So, if you will explain, so again only you remember what, only this much, as we are using the memory devices. So, definitely we are measuring the memory devices. If you are measuring the devices, how you will measure? So, that is why memory unit is there. As memory unit is there, so what are the different memory units? So, as the computer is the digital electronics device, it runs with the binary digits. So, the first smallest unit bit is coming from the binary digits B and ITS bits, then it is the smallest unit of the memory. Then we started, then is kilo, okay. After bit one I left, extremely sorry, that is byte, okay. Extremely sorry, I left one unit in between that, bit KB, that is byte, then kilobyte, then megabyte, then gigabyte, then terabyte, then your petabyte, yes or no. Bit, that means 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, okay. So, I just left this one unit, I left in between that bit and KB. So, after bit then byte. So, that means 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, then 1 kilobyte is equal to, that is 1024 byte, okay. Then like that megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte and petabyte. So, like this the memory unit is defined, yes or no. So, you got why the memory. So, as per the use, suppose we can say in the main memory how much is used, in the internal memory how much it is used. So, like the different memory we are using, that means how much memory for the computing system, okay. Next discuss, we will come to the classification of the memory, okay. So, classification of the memory means, because computer has different segments, different stage of execution, okay. So, from the input to output, that means the instructions and data are going in different stage, yes or no. So, that is why we are classifying the memories, that means where exactly which memory is used. So, exactly where it is used, means it is the main memory, that means it is one is internal memory and another is your external memory. So, internal memory means what? So, internal memory means what? That means those are used during the execution or during when data is given as input, or when it is stored in the stored as output, yes or no. So, normally we can say internal memory means during the execution the computer itself used. External memory means, that means when you want to store it permanently, then we are saying this is the external storage system. But internal storage system means when the computer executing any instruction or the corresponding data, then we are using the internal memory, yes or no. So, again how it is classified? So, classified means in internal memory we are having what? RAM, random access memory, ROM, yes or no, read only memory and cache memory. Cache memory, it is one also used as internal memory, yes or no. So, first is what? RAM, random access memory, then is your ROM, read-only memory, yes or no. Then one is also CPU registers. So, I am classifying. So, internal memories, what are the different internal memories? RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, CPU registers also there, because during the execution CPU, that means it fetches the instruction and data from the CPU register, yes or no. Then your cache memory. So, these four memories are internal memories. So, RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, then is your CPU registers, then your cache memory. So, these are the four, these four are the your internal memories. So, then RAM. So, as per its name, random access memory means, that means it is a small chip. So, that means one chip or group of chip, these are installed inside the computer, because it is random access memory. Main, it is also known as the RAM, is known as the main memory. As per the block diagram or the definition, the RAM, that random access memory, it is what? It is the main memory, yes or no. If anybody asking which one is your main memory, so RAM is the main memory, yes or no. So, definitely RAM is, why RAM is there? Why, what is the use of RAM? So, RAM means, so it is completely volatile, it is completely volatile in nature, that means it is only used during the execution, that means when you are giving the data as input, it is stored in the RAM, and when you are giving as output, it is stored in the RAM, yes or no. So, main memory, it is what? It keeps, that means incoming data or outgoing data, incoming instruction, outgoing instruction, all are stored in the main memory, yes or no. So, if RAM is doing, that means when you will, if once the system is switched off, so that means whatever the data or instruction inside the RAM, it will be vanished, yes or no. So, that means you can say that if you are going to execute any instruction or you are going to run any application of the computer, that means without loading in the RAM, that can't be run, yes or no. If you are running one game, if you are running MS Office, you are running any multimedia application, you are listening the song, you are watching the video, everything. So, whatever the assignment you are executing with the help of a computer system, that means that set of file must be loaded into the main memory. Also, whatever the operating system, if you are using the Microsoft Windows 10, Windows 7, XP, whatever the operating system you are using, that also stored in the main memory. After that, you are getting the desktop, yes or no. So, that is why main memory is very important for the computer. So, we are classifying different memories inside the computer system, because from stage, that means from the starting stage to, that means from the input section to output section, that means when we are giving the data as input, it is being processed and you are getting the result as output. So, during different phase, as the instruction and data are moving, so definitely we are using different types of the memory inside the computer system. According to that set of action, what that means, the memory is classified. So, I have explained, that is internal memory and the external memories. So, in internal memory we are having your CPU register, your RAM, random access memory, read-only memory, CPU registers and cache memory. Okay. So, cache memory, it is very high speed memory. So, first the CPU register is very close to the CPU, because CPU register is always, that means when the central processing unit is executing the set of instruction, that means it is taking the data and instruction from the CPU register, yes or no. That means from the input, first it comes to the main memory, from the main memory it goes to the CPU register through the cache memory. So, that is why it is the memory hierarchy. So, memory hierarchy means, that means what is the step of that means how the that means the different memories are how exactly these are placed, that means from the starting to end. So, first of all the set of instruction and data is stored in the main memory, then it goes to the CPU register through the cache memory. So, cache memory, it has no storage, it is only carrying, that means to pass the instruction, for that for the communication purpose, from the transfer purpose. So, your cache memory is there. So, for different purpose, different memories are used. So, first main memory, then CPU register, your cache memory, then your CPU register. So, CPU register is very close to the what your CPU. Then one memory is coming internal, that is the ROM. So, then you can ask the question, if RAM is used, then CPU register is used, then cache memory is used in between your main memory and your then your CPU register, then what is the use of ROM? Yes. So, ROM is what? It is the read-only memory. Then where ROM is used? Yes or no? So, you know that means when you are switching on the machine, so every time you are waiting some time, automatically the system starts. Yes or no? Because the system needs to start, after that you can do something, or you can execute some instruction, you can run some program, you can do some in MS Word, in the MS any application you can run. So, that means you are waiting some time, it may be 2 minutes, 1 minute or 30 seconds, the system always the system takes some time to prepare itself. Yes or no? So, in technically we are saying that is the booting process, that is what? That is the booting process, means the system it is always taking some time to prepare itself, that means loading of operating system file from the main memory, your secondary memory to main memory. So, exactly when the system is booting, so it needs what? Some set of instruction is required, that means that is the BIOS. Yes or no? Basic input output system. Yes or no? So, basic input output system means what? That means the system needs some predefined instruction, that is system defined instruction, that means these instructions are inbuilt. Yes or no? That is sent by the manufacturers. Suppose I am using the HP machine, somebody is using the SR machine, somebody using the compact machine, somebody, so different brand machines are used by the user. Yes or no? So, what they are normally is doing, that means they are fixing, that means their set of instructions are fed, that means those are fed in the microchip. Yes or no? Those set of instructions are every time that is executed when you are switching on the machine or the PC, personal computer. So, that means when you are waiting 30 minutes, then after you are getting, that means your system says, yes, now I am ready to do some action. So, those 30 seconds what the computer is doing? So, that means some backend set of instructions are executing. So, those set of instructions are always executing when you are switching on the machine. So, those set of instructions are stored in the what? No, ROM, read only memory. So, one memory is used, that is known as the ROM. So, that is used inside the computer, that is the read only memory. Okay. Okay. Then, so it is classified, some memory I have explained. So, leave it, the CPU register, it has its own use, CPU register and your cache memory. Basically, we are classifying the types of memory, internal memory, RAM and ROM. So, RAM is your static RAM is there and dynamic RAM is there, and ROM is divided your PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. Yes or no? It is category, it is divided into RAM is two types of RAMs are there, one is SRAM, that is static RAM, DRAM is dynamic RAM. Like that in ROM we are having PROM, PROM, programmable read only memory. Yes or no? Then EPROM, that is erasable programmable electronically programmable read only memory, and erasable electronically programmable read only memory. Yes or no? So, these are the classification of the computer memory. So, like that RAM also divided into, that is SRAM, DRAM, that is static RAM and dynamic RAM. So, static RAM means which stores a bit of data using state of 6 transistor memory cell, that is the, that means it is the what is the how exactly it is, it depends on functioning. So, as per the functional used, that means we can say that is the static in nature and dynamic nature. So, that is why it is static RAM and dynamic RAM. So, it is the difference between static RAM and dynamic RAM. Static RAM, it is lower access time, so it is faster compared to the DRAM. So, SRAM, static RAM is always faster than the DRAM, but DRAM has higher access time. So, definitely which RAM is higher access time, definitely it will be slow, yes or no. Then static RAM is costlier than DRAM, and DRAM is compared to less than your static RAM. So, SRAM requires constant power supply, DRAM offers what is the reduced power consumption, yes or no. Then this SRAM has low packaging density and DRAM has high packaging density. So, these are basic difference between SRAM and DRAM. Then ROM. So, ROM is, as per its name, it is read only memory. So, what it does, it is again very important is that difference between RAM and ROM. RAM is random access memory, it is volatile in nature. ROM is read only memory, but it is not volatile. Volatile means when we will switch off the machine, so whatever the content inside the RAM, it will be vanished. But in the ROM, whatever the content is available, so that means every time those instructions are executed when you are switching on the machine. So, that is why ROM is non-volatile in nature, that means it is non-volatile memory. RAM is volatile, it is non-volatile, yes or no. Then ROM is classified into like this: ROM, PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. So, what is PROM? Programmable read only memory. EPROM, that is erasable programmable read only memory. Then EEPROM means electrically erasable programmable read only memory, yes or no. So, programmable read only memory means, so whatever the chip we are using, so we are giving one program, and by with the help of this program, those set of instructions are stored inside the ROM, that chip, that means we can't erase. That means once it is stored, so we can't, that means that memory device again we can't reuse. Suppose erasable programmable read only memory means whatever the content inside the that chip or the ROM chip, so again we can erase it. What content inside that, again that is option through this EPROM, so we can erase, again we can program. Okay. Then EEPROM, electrically erasable, then programmable read only memory. So, that means again through the electric field, again we can erase the content from the chip, again we can store the instruction set. Accordingly, those instruction set again computer will run, yes. So, these are the different category of what the read only memory, that means that is PROM, EPROM and EEPROM, yes or no. So, these are different type of ROMs. Okay. So, accordingly, when we are classifying the main memory, so we are generally we are saying that is RAM and ROM. RAM is random access memory, ROM is the read only memory. RAM is SRAM and DRAM, SRAM is static RAM and DRAM is dynamic RAM. Your ROM is different type of ROMs are there. Like that, two more your internal memories, that is your CPU register and cache memory. Cache memory is the faster memory, it plays in between your CPU register and your main memory, that is RAM, and CPU register, it is always close to your CPU. Okay. So, frequently that CPU register is used by the CPU. Okay. So, this is difference between RAM and ROM. Temporary storage, permanent storage, storage data in MBs, that is storage in GBs. Volatile, it is non-volatile, used in normal operation, used in startup process. Writing data is faster, writing data is slower. Where in ROM is writing data is slower, whereas RAM is faster, yes or no. So, these are the basic difference between RAM and ROM. Okay. and these are some technical difference between ROM and RAM. Okay. So, this is all about your memory system. So, today I explained what. So, basically what is memory, why memory is placed in the computing system, what is the use of memory, what are the different that means classification of the memory system, what is the that means hierarchy of the computer system, exactly where which memory is used. Okay. So, that means if memories are used and what are the different type of memories. So, first is internal memory and another is your external memory. Internal memory during process execution, internal memory is used. That means secondary memory, when we want to store the data permanently, then we are using the secondary memory. So, what are the different internal memories? We are having 4 type of internal memories. One is main memory, your that is RAM, and your ROM. RAM is random access memory, ROM is read only memory, then cache memory and your CPU registers. So, these are all the different type of memories. So, today I explained all about your memory units. Okay, thank you.